Welcome to this short video, another in the series from Best Forces Insurance for members of HM Forces, families and friends. Um, the reason for this short video is to point out a new section that we've just added. It's Best Forces Insurance Tips. Now we'll just click on that and go through to there, and what we're aiming to do is to bring you lots of different tips on insurance, because I know it's a boring subject for most people, but if you don't get it right and if something does happen, that's the time when you really wish you'd taken some time. In the first article I've touched on, or I'm covering rather, buildings and contents insurance. We go down the page a little bit here. Just some tips when you buy buildings and contents, what the sum assured is and what it should be. Must be enough to cover the total value of the goods and buildings. Sounds like common sense, but you would be amazed at the amount of people don't get that right. Contents insurance. For contents, the cover needs to be sufficient to cover the cost of replacing what was damaged. Depending on the type of cover you have, it could mean the difference between you getting an exact replacement for the damaged items or not. So you've got to be very careful on that. Have a look at this section here and it will give you some good advice on it. Buildings insurance, a lot of people don't realise that when you get a survey report, say when you're buying a property, excuse me, you'll find that you get the valuation of the property, say it might be 100,000, but you'll see the reinstatement value, the rebuilding value, it can be 150, it can be double. And that's basically nothing to worry about, but it's basically ensuring that should anything happen to the house, it falls down, it gets blown over, whatever, that the house can be built in its entirety and exactly as it was, and that you're fully covered for all that. Even takes into account things like building regulations, clearing debris, surveyors fees, architects fees, and so on. And one final point on the short video: always include accidental damage. I've seen people who've said, oh, I'm not paying extra for that. It's pennies, believe me, and it's well worth having for things like spilling paint on a carpet, which has happened to a couple of my clients. One was covered, one wasn't. Cigarette burns on settees and so on. Little less likely these days when cigarette smoking isn't politically correct. Dropping cameras, losing laptops, stuff like, or damaging laptops. So it's well worth having. In future issues, we're going to cover Forces car insurance. Forces kit cover is already covered. Click on the link here, the home page. I'll take you through to the home page and you can have a look at the tips on kit cover. And again, getting it wrong can cause so much hassle further down the road that it really is worth some time checking things out. So again, I just want to welcome you to the site. bestforcesinsurance.co.uk. There's a couple of links on it to the bestforcesdiscounts.co.uk. It's another site that we have. Everything's aimed at giving the forces the best deals possible. And one other one, greatforcesdeals.com. These links are all on here, but don't forget, check it out. Make sure that you have the best forces insurance. Thank you for watching.